the suckling period is only 2 years. This is a direction from Allah to the mothers to suckle their infants through the complete term of suckling, which is 2 years. Hence, suckling after 2 years is not included in this address. Allah said, لِمَنْ أَرَادَ أَنْ يُتِمَّ الرَّضَاعَةَ. Therefore, the suckling that establishes tahrim is what occurs before the 2 years end. If the infant is suckled only after 2 years of age, then no tahrim will be established. At Tirmidhi under chapter, suckling establishes tahrim within the first 2 years. Reported that Salama narrated that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, لا يحرم من الرضاع إلا ما فتق الأمعاء في الثدي وكان قبل الفطام. At Tirmidhi said, this hadith is Hasan Sahih. The majority of the people of knowledge among the companions of Allah's Messenger ﷺ and others acted upon this. That is, that suckling establishes tahrim before the end of the 2 years, and that whatever occurs after that does not establish tahrim. At-Tirmidhi is alone in recording this hadith, and the narrators in its chain meet the criteria of the Sahihain. The Prophet's statement, إِلَّا مَا كَانَ فِي الثَّدِي, refers to the organ of suckling before the 2 years. Imam Ahmad reported a hadith in which Al-Bara bin Azib narrated, when Ibrahim, the Prophet's son, died, the Prophet said, Inna ibni mata fi thadi, in lahu murdi'an fil jannah. Furthermore, Ad-Daraqutni related that Ibn Abbas said that Allah's Messenger ﷺ said, La yahrumu min al-radari illa ma kana fil hawlayn, 2 years. Imam Malik reported this hadith from Thawr bin Zayd, who narrated that Ibn Abbas related it to the Prophet. Ad-Darawardi reported this hadith from Thawr, who narrated it from Ikrimah, who narrated it from Ibn Abbas. In this narration, which is more authentic, he added, وَمَا كَانَ بَعْدَ الْحَوْلَيْنِ فَلَيْسَ بِشَيْءٍ, suckling beyond the 2 years. It is reported in the Sahih that Aisha thought that if a woman gives her milk to an older person, then this will establish tahrim. This is also the opinion of Atta bin Abu Rabah and Layth bin Sa'd. Hence, Aisha thought that it is permissible to suckle the man whom the woman needs to be allowed in her house. She used as evidence the hadith of Salim, the freed slave of Abu Hudhayfa, where the Prophet ordered Abu Hudhayfa's wife to give some of her milk to Salim, although he was a man, and ever since then, he used to enter her house freely. However, the rest of the Prophet's wives did not agree with this opinion and thought that this was only a special case. This is also the opinion of the majority of the scholars. Suckling for monetary compensation. Allah said, وَعَلَى الْمَوْلُودِ لَهُ رِزْقُهُنْ وَكِسْوَتُهُنْ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ, meaning the father of the baby is obliged to provide for the expenses of the mother and to buy her clothes in reasonable amounts usually used by similar women in that area, without extravagance or stinginess. The father spends within his means in this case. Allah said in another ayah, لِيُنْفِقْ ذُو سَعَةٍ مِّن سَعَتِهِ وَمَنْ قُدِرَ عَلَيْهِ رِزْقُهُ فَلِيُنْفِقْ مِمَّا آتَاهُ اللَّهُ لَا يُكَلِّفُ اللَّهُ نَفْسًا إِلَّا مَا آتَاهَا سَيَجْعَلُ اللَّهُ بَعْدَ عُسْرٍ يُسْرًا. Ad-Dahak commented, if the husband divorces his wife, with whom he had a child, and she suckles that child, he is required to provide for the mother's expenses and clothes within reason. No darar or dirar, Allah said, La tuda'ara walidatum biwaladiha, meaning the mother should not decline to rear her child to harm its father. The mother does not have the right to refrain from suckling the child after giving birth, unless she suckles him/her the milk that is necessary for his/her survival. Later on, she is allowed to give up custody of the child as long as she does not do that intending to harm the father. In addition, the father is not allowed to take the child from his mother to harm the mother. This is why Allah said, وَلَا مَوْلُودٌ لَهُ بِوَلَدِهِ, meaning by taking the child from its mother intending to harm the mother. This is the Tafsir of Mujahid, Qatada, Ad-Dahak, Az-Zuhri, As-Sudi, Ath-Thawri, and Ibn Zayd, and others on this ayah. Allah then said, وَعَلَى الْوَارِثِ مِثْلُ ذَلِكَ, heir is incumbent the like of that, meaning by refraining from harming the relative, as Mujahid, Ash-Shabi, and Ad-Dahak stated.